In this video, we're going to begin our discussion on multi-body modeling creation. So here I have a working file open, the multi-body creation 1 IPT from the working files directory. And what we're really going to examine here is the commands that we can utilize to help us create multiple solids inside of a part file. Now these commands are spread throughout our command infrastructure. We can use the creation tools, the modify tools, and even the pattern tools to help us create new solid bodies. Currently, what I have in this design is just one solid body created by one extrusion. I also have a sketch drawn on top of that. Now, if we examine the left-hand side of our screen, we can see the solid bodies folder has one solid inside of it, solid 1. I would like to create another solid. So given what I have here thus far, I have what looks like two different parts eventually, right? So I want to have a sketch drawn on here for how I want to separate this out into two separate bodies. And we're going to take a look at that with the split command. So I'll go up here to my combine pull down and choose the split tool. Now the command in here we're looking at is the last option on split, the split solid command. So when I select that, it picks the only solid body I have, solid 1. I can choose my split tool, which is this line. I'll choose OK, and it essentially creates a split for me. I now have two different solid bodies that are separated from each other. Now, that is the textbook example of a nominal fit. There is no tolerance between there, there's no clearance. It is 100% perfect fit. So what I probably would want to do is add some tolerance or some spacing between there, and I can do that with other tools as well, such as our surfacing tools, to thicken or offset these different faces and such. But for right now, we're just kind of taking a look at how to get that separate solid body created. So that's one way we can do it. We can create a solid chunk of material. We can use a split command to break it off into two different pieces. Now another way we can create a new solid is by usage of the creation commands, such as extrude, revolve, sweep, and even loft. So I'm going to begin another sketch on this side of the block. Notice how that's two separate faces because they are two separate solids. I'll do a create sketch. Here I'll simply draw a circle on here and give it a few dimensions. Also use a horizontal constraint here to line that up and put a dimension to that back edge. I'll finish my sketch. Now, here comes the important part. I'm going to start an extrusion command. However, look what it's doing initially. Do you see how the second solid here, this back solid, is currently highlighted purple, but the first one in front of it is not? What's happening is it's trying to take this circular sketch I have that's going to create a cylinder, and it's trying to merge it into that solid body. So that's how I can continue to work on an existing solid. However, I would like this cylinder to be a third solid body. So instead of a join command, or instead of a cut or an intersect, there is a fourth option. If I go to my mini toolbar, I can see there is a new solid option that is also available in our dialog box as well on the left-hand side. When I choose new solid, you can see that it deselects that solid body behind it, and now it will be its own solid body. So here I'll make it a little bit longer, perhaps 2 inches, and I'll approve that. Now I have another solid body in my tree on the left-hand side. So the takeaway from this is the new solid commands are proliferated throughout the software. Anytime you see a join, cut, or intersect, chances are there's also a new solid option inside of that dialog. We're going to take a look in other videos as well about different ways we can create new solids and manipulate these. But this is really your introductory level understanding of how to create a new solid. We can do it with some basic modification commands, as well as our fundamental creation commands as well. I will say as a reminder, as you're attempting to do a multi-body, you will, because I did it myself when I first started learning multi-body, you will create joins when you really want a new solid when you're first getting into this technology. So make sure you watch yourself and that you don't inadvertently do a join when you want to do a new solid. Let's take a look at what would happen if you did. If I go back to extrusion 2, which was the cylinder, and I said join instead, notice how I can actually do this interaction. I can change the Boolean type interaction here. I can go back to a join if I wanted to. And now it is part of this solid body back here. So if I had done a join, you can simply go back to your feature and tell it, you know what, I wanted that to be a new solid instead. So let me select that. And now, again, it is a new solid body and not joined to the existing one.